She is always amazing, and the glasses. I got to figure out where the hell you're getting these glasses so I can get me a pair. God damn.
I do it.
Really? You make the glasses?
Uh-huh.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to send you a PayPal or something. We gotta figure something out. So is it just you, or is it you and Lorenzo today?
It's supposed to be me and Lorenzo. He just called me. Let me see what's going on.
Call him. She's calling him live on the air. Well, there we go.
Hey, what's up? You logging in?
Yeah, I am, but I can't see anything. The screen that says I'm logged in. Join the conversation.
I saw, but I think it has you as just audio.
Let's see here if I can. I'll do this. I'll just call him. We'll see what happens here.
For a camera, I just have a mic.
We'll see what happens here.
Go out and come back in.
All right.
Okay.
We'll do as they say in the radio industry. We'll vamp till he gets here.
Works for me.
Okay, so these. Okay, while we're waiting on him.
The microphone and camera, yes.
I'm sorry. Wait.
No, you're good.
Okay, you're getting the option to do both. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got such a smooth voice.
So I got my name in there.
Okay.
Now it says open chat or join call.
Join call. There you are.
All right.
Although we still can't see you, but we're making progress.
We'll make it happen here. Okay, why he gets all set up. Talk to me about these glasses. You make glasses?
Okay. Yes.
What in the fuck? I gotta know what's going on with this.
So basically, I have to wear glasses so that I can see, right?
Yes,
and
obviously.
I found these really cool cat eye glasses, and I thought, well, let's make them pop and sparkle a little bit. So I blinged them out with some rhinestones. And last year, I started selling glasses with rhinestones on them.
Oh, that is badass.
Yeah.
You found the need and you filled it, my friend.
I did. Well, and the crazy thing is I've bought a lot of things, let's say, inexpensive. I bought a lot of inexpensive things.
Yes.
And started blinging them out. Next thing you know, folks are like, thinking that they're high end. Where can I get that? I'm like, I do that. So, yeah, I even got away with wearing sneakers at work because my boss thought they were like $200, $300 sneakers. I was like, not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close. But hey, if that's what you think, then that means I can still do it. So we're good, right?
That's what you think. That means I can still do it. That is awesome.
Uh-huh.
We have got two great guests with us today. The fantastic. By the way, what Twitter do I need to be promoting here? Because you've got two of them.
I have two, yes. So at Reed Casey Carter is my primary. That's the first one I've ever done. Okay. The Casey at Night is very specifically for the show. So if you do the at Reed Casey Carter, that's fine because I send Casey at Night content to that one.
Okay. Well, that's the one we will put up so people can find you. Reed Casey Carter is the is the Twitter that you need to be getting on.
That is the Twitter.
Also, why we're all here, and in fact, I think my hour is up, so I think I can do it again. No, it's not quite up yet. You need to go over to ASNLifestyleMagazineAwards.com, and you need to vote There is all sorts of things happening. Let me see here if I can get this pulled up. Look at that. I can get that pulled up on so I can read the categories.
I'm getting closer.
Yes. Okay.
We've got. You need to go over to the nominations, and you need to put in. First of all, as best social media influencer, Lorenzo 4016. But also, while you're over there, you need to go over and vote for Casey's cover, so she can win that award. What other awards are you trying to get nominated for? While we're at it.
Well, that's a tricky question.
It's a tricky question.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. Last year, I wanted to be nominated for every category I could be nominated for, and I did. And I didn't win any of them. I was nominated in 5 categories. I won 0. So this year, I was focused primarily on the cover, and ASN started doing this thing where they're like every week or every few days, however it is, they're showing you who the top 10 people are in the categories. So that being said, I am nominated in 6 categories.
Okay, let me look at this. The delayed nominations, the top 10. You are in as Best Erotic Writer. You are in as Best Educator Website. Your ASN Lifestyle Magazine 2022 cover March. Let's see what else we got here. I think you should be in that, but social media influencer, which is going to be interesting because Lorenzo is there as well. So I don't know what we need to do there, but
we're rooting for Lorenzo.
you will give up that category.
Like I said, I was focused on cover. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you, give your vote to Lorenzo on that one. Okay. That's what I will tell you.
Okay. And then you are in Best Entertainment Podcast. And then you are in Best Educator as well.
So that is 6.
So you're there. You're making it work.
I'm doing what I can. Although, unlike Lorenzo, I am not. Like, Lorenzo was legit 3 guests right now.
Yeah.
Lorenzo can be. I'll tell you, I've hung around with this guy enough at these porn conventions. He can be whatever the hell he wants to be. With a voice like that, and the way he dresses, and the way he acts, and when he comes into a room, it's like, I don't want to mess with this guy. I understand that last year in Chicago, he had to be security for somebody? He was impromptu security at a seminar?
He was. Yeah.
I'm like, this motherfucker can do whatever the hell he likes.
Well, a friend of
he wants to be 3 guests. He wants to be the only guest. He wants to be the host of the show. I don't give a shit.
She was doing a presentation, and it was going well. And then all of a sudden, this random dude
and
just
some damn porn Mark had to stand up and cause problems.
And he got what he came for.
But he got what he came for. You wanted trouble?
Attention.
You got it, brother.
Some attention. Lorenzo gave him some attention.
All right, people. Am I with you here?
You are here. The silver tones of Lorenzo is with us.
I don't know what's going on with the
No, hey, I'll tell you, with a voice like that, we don't need you on camera. wait, you know, I'll tell you, part of your aura and your mystique is that voice. You're good. So the thing I'm trying to figure out, is there video of was anybody taking video of this presentation? Did anybody get video of him throwing this porn mark out of this seminar?
That, I hadn't thought about it. That would have been interesting. I don't know. I'm not aware of any video.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I don't believe so. She had a cameraman, but I don't think there was video of that.
Yeah, I don't think we got that.
It might be better because who knows? It might have been entered into evidence. You never know.
Yeah, we certainly wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want that.
So, Lorenzo,
yes.
my God, this voice is something else. It was so funny earlier when she was talking to you on the phone and doing tech support. You never get out of this voice. You're that voice 24 hours a day. I always joke about radio people when they go, they do all that crap. And I'm like, you don't order Chinese in that voice. Lorenzo orders Chinese in that voice.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And he likes to turn the volume down on the bass. The bass can go nowhere if he wants to. So, yeah.
So what's up, Jiggy?
So
what do you got for me?
So last year when you had to handle this guy at Exotica, give us your side of this thing, because me and Ms. Carter here have put you over like nobody's business, What was your side of the deal here? How the hell did this all start?
Duchess Cashmere was doing a presentation.
Yeah.
And as we called him, Mattress Boy, he came in to blow up a mattress in the middle of it. He blew up his mattress and really just disrespected her totally, and just kind of walked through the whole thing. So at that point, something triggered and I couldn't accept that. So I had to go outside and talk to him. Gentleman interaction, and I escorted him back into the room and had him apologize to her, and everyone that was there, and then we left and we had another gentleman interaction, and I came back and everything was cool after that.
And he was never seen after that. We saw his mattress, but we never saw him.
Wow.
Yeah, he was relocated.
He was relocated.
Without his mattress.
Without his mattress.
The mattress stayed.
The mattress got confiscated.
The mattress got confiscated. That's it.
Yeah, how do we say? He was repositioned in the universe and the mattress stayed.
Wow. That is amazing. So tell me about this. We were talking a little bit about these ASN Lifestyle Magazine Awards. You are nominated as Best Social Media Influencer. Kind of give me a rundown of what the hell this is and all this stuff, because I get it, but I don't know if the marks in our audience are going to know what in the world a social media influencer is. And
yeah, as far as the ASN Awards, of course, I don't know if we have enough time to talk about Casey's nominations, but for me,
we did.
We did.
He ran through them all.
Oh, you got through them? Okay, all right. But I'm up for social media influencer. That's influencing, I guess, advertising for someone. I have a crew of people that will kind of, per se, back my play. If I follow you, they'll follow you. If I don't like you, they won't like you. If I like you,
say that part. You don't say that part.
Hey.
Let's keep it real here.
Let's keep it real.
Sometimes you can not approve of something and you will get people's attention, because you influence sometimes, people's viewpoints, or you educate them on certain things on there.
Kind of like you educated the mattress guy at Exotica.
Yeah. It's like the Jiggy Show. If I say, no, I don't like the Jiggy Show, then some others may look into it and say, "No, I don't like it either."
Well,
or if I,
a couple weeks.
He's not saying that.
A couple weeks ago, I riled up some people in Texas. So there was all sorts of fun a couple weeks ago, but they've since moved on to someone else, I guess. But
seriously, it's just advertising, tweeting, putting tweets out there, hitting hard, really, giving information out there to the public. But
that is awesome.
In an extreme way, not just the regular tweets. I can hit it all day long like that, and really make a difference.
So one of the things that me and the lovely and talented Britannia have started to getting into this year is we have I wouldn't say tiptoed. We kind of just fell ass backwards into it, I guess. But we are now in the, as they call it, the lifestyle, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what I'm talking about. And I will have to say that if people find out that you are in the lifestyle, they come out of the woodwork. What in the world is that about? It's like
being a member of a secret society, and then you find out it's not as secret as you thought it was.
Yes.
That's what it's like to me. You know what I'm saying? Like you know that there are these people out there doing these things, but you don't know where and you don't know who. And then the minute that you start to roll it through those circles, you find out, oh, okay. I didn't realize there were so many out here. And you know what it is? It is literally that place where like-minded individuals genuinely want to be together.
Yes.
We unfortunately live in a society that pretends, and I say that like meaning it wholeheartedly, pretends like sex is bad.
Yeah.
And we make people feel bad for how they like to have sex. Now, granted, I think there are some hard stops, pedophilia and sex with animals, things like that, I think are hard stops for sure. But I think when two consenting adults decide that they want to play and play safely, and everyone has put all their cards on the table, we've put all of our limitations on the table, and we are respecting of those limitations, I don't see why it's any of your business how I like to get down. And I don't see why you think you need to tell me I'm not allowed to get down that way. Or with those people, or in that place, I can't even say short of breaking the law, because there's a whole lot of laws that say that we can't do certain things. Like Lorenzo and I were just talking about this the other day. I think, was it Texas, Lorenzo? There's a law that says you can only have 2 dildos.
I think it's either Nevada or Texas.
What is this?
Yeah, I think it's two in Nevada, and there might be 6 in Texas that you cannot
possess. First of all, why is there a law that tells me how many sex toys I can have? Why is there a law that talks about my sex toys at all?
Well, that too, and I'll tell you, if there is a place where we've got the two dildo rule or whatever, there's gonna be a lot of people gonna be getting carted away on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just
Wow, because I know lots and lots of different people, and they don't just have the one.
Right.
And to answer your question, Jiggy.
Yeah.
The lifestyle, as you have seen, there are more people in it that you would ever imagine, and they come out once they feel confident and comfortable with you.
Yes.
To make themselves known, and it's like, wow, I had no idea, but there's a lot going on. A lot of people that act like they don't do, and once you're trusted in that community, it's like another family that you have now.
Yeah. So you guys are going to be part of Exotica.
Yes.
Yes. So, what exactly do you guys have planned for Exotica this year?
Ooh. Last year, I didn't. Okay, so let me think. 2021, I spent a lot of time interviewing attendees, guests, and 2022, I didn't do that as much. And so in 2023, I not only plan on interviewing a lot of people, everybody I can get my hands on, but it's going to also coincide with some of the anniversaries that they're experiencing this year. So, for example, Chicago is their 50th show. So Chicago is in April, 50th show. I wrote a 3-part interview about Exotica. The first part of that interview is out this month, literally came out yesterday in ASN Lifestyle Magazine. And so April's Exotica is going to be all about that show and finding out about as much of the behind the scenes and the experience as I can. In July is Miami. That's when the second part of the interview comes out. And so again, it's going to be digging into the experience. So Miami, not this particular location, but Miami was the first location that Exotica used. The very first.
Really?
Yeah. The very first was in Miami Beach. Yeah. And basically, Jay finessed his way into this event with both the location, the vendors, the talent, everything. In this article this month, they talk about how he put this first show on and how he had Terica Patrick. Oh my God, I can't believe I just drew a blank.
Jenna Jameson.
Jenna Jameson, thank you. And one other person that we did not name by name, but it was a male figure who at that time would have been, okay. So, he talks about that whole experience and how he didn't really know what was going to happen and was crossing his fingers, and lo and behold, it was bigger than he could have anticipated. And then November is the 15-year anniversary of Exotica in New Jersey. And believe it or not, Edison is the location that they use now, was not where they were supposed to be when they first decided to do New Jersey. They were going to be in Secaucus. And politics,
New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, mainly because it's right across the bridge from New York. So it was this idea of easy accessibility, and they were going to refer to it as their New York location.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So days before that show was supposed to happen, they got shut down and had to find an alternate location. And Edison just happened to work out. Now it's a little further down the highway, but it's still extremely New York accessible. So this year in Exotica, it's going to be all about learning the history of Exotica and what this experience means to a lot of people. I've done a lot of interviews where I've talked to people who have been to Exotica for a first time, people who come every year, people who come because they say they learn something. They see people like them. They meet like-minded people. So this year is going to be dedicated to having more of those conversations.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So are you still doing the that Exotica TV show that you were doing there for a while?
BoobTube.
Yes.
Yeah, BoobTube. So during COVID, Exotica, they already had Exotica TV on YouTube, and they used it as a means for staying connected to their fan base.
Yeah.
And they launched a series of TV shows. I can't remember exactly how many, but there were bunches of them. They had all kinds of people doing stuff. And believe it or not, BoobTube is the only one that has survived and still airs every week.
Wow. That's a pretty damn big achievement.
I know.
You're still here.
I mean, even on real TV, that's a big deal.
So Lorenzo, what is your plans for Exotica in Chicago, besides looking like Black James Bond at the event?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Lord.
No, I'm just first of all, I have to make sure that the Queen stays safe. That's how that goes. But no, assisting in those interviews, we really want to hit them hard. People that are going to be there, interviews with participants and also the visitors that you really don't get to hear from. That are coming into Exotica and their viewpoints and things like that, and how they enjoy themselves. In Exotica.
But tell them about the seminar we plan on doing, though.
Oh yeah, we plan on a seminar on safety tips. As
really?
far as things like social media, people that are posting, dating sites, some of the dangers that are involved, and some things like that where you can really locate people. Stalkers can find where you are, stuff like that. So we do topics like that on safety, on that, just safety in general, on things that you do in your personal life. Like an example with social media, you may post a picture for a dating site, but in the picture, I could probably locate you just on some of the things that you see there.
Yes. I did not really know too much about that whole thing until the Russia-Ukraine war started. And there were people geotagging things. And the Russians were able to basically find out where these pictures were taken, and they just dropped a bomb on these places. And I'm like, holy crap. And that is some crazy stuff. The way these pervs and these porn marks, can track people down just by, the photos and everything.
Yeah, like I always like to say, these guys or women are sitting 24 hours a day, and this is all that they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they got nothing going on.
Yeah. Doing, my law enforcement history, we also used social media to locate a lot of people. A lot of people post where they are, what they're doing, where they're not going to be, this and that, and it's easy to find somebody. So you have to really be aware of that. So we bring a lot into that knowledge, information that people really don't know. They never had a clue that just a certain picture that you're trying to hide, you showed your neighbor's house. So now I know where you live from your neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Their car, their special little husky dog that no one in the neighborhood, has but them. So I can track you down. I can track you down at work, where, your kid's school. Everything is posted out there. People need to know and be safe, stuff like that. So that's some of the information that we are doing in our seminar there.
Yeah, so we're not doing it in Chicago, but we're going to get ourselves on the schedule for the remaining locations.
Yeah. Well, that is pretty badass. So what happens with these ASN awards when everything's all said and done? If you win an award, what happens?
You get the award.
That's it? You just get the award?
You get the award.
You get bragging rights. That's about it.
Like I said, last year I got nominated for 5. I didn't win any of them. The year before that, I was nominated for 2, and I won both of them. Believe it or not, they are usually right here within arm's reach. But a couple of weeks ago, I did my show from another location, and the awards are out in that other location, so I can't even show them to you. But you get your awards and bragging rights and what have you. Like, for example, the most recent cover has DJ Samantha something or another. She's who I lost to last year. But anyway, she, took a photo with four awards, Lorenzo, I think it is.
Yeah, I think she
yeah.
won 4 of them. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
So yeah, there you go.
To add on that, when you get into this competition, people see your name when they're voting continuously.
Yes.
So if they didn't know about you, they are. And if you get, like we're doing, into the top 5, I think in April. So now when
April
you vote,
15th.
When you vote,
Tax
everyone
day.
is going to see your name
over and over again.
Everyone sees your name when they vote from this point on, and the interest in you really, is
Goes up
10 times more, all the way to the point if you do win, it's like a good advertisement for you.
That's awesome.
And if I could say this, the year that I won, I don't want to say that the awards wasn't that big a deal, because it was. Lorenzo and I took it serious in getting me nominated and getting me the votes to get me the win. But last year, we saw all of a sudden, everybody noticed ASN. Everybody was trying to get nominated for ASN. This year, I'm seeing names we didn't see last year. And that top 10 list does change. I mean, fortunately, Lorenzo and I have remained on those lists since ASN first started showing them. But we do see names pop up.
Oh yeah. So, some of these. This is what I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. I was talking to people about awards and all these things, and I was looking at the, for instance, we'll go down here to the podcast thing, or even the content creator thing. You see some of these people that are on this list, and I'm like, who? I'm like, where in the world did they come from?
It's the same with the young lady on the cover, DJ Samantha. Like, when she popped up, Lorenzo and I both were like, I don't know.
Who?
I don't know. And now you have to know who she is, right? So that's the point that Lorenzo's making, is that even if I know this is going to sound really corny, and I didn't realize it until I started participating with ASN, but no lie, getting nominated even without the win is a big deal, because once they narrow it down, let me tell you something. The years, last year, I think it was either last year or the year before last, in my categories, my name was at the top of the list. Almost, so it's almost subliminal that you're going to hit that one because it's at the top of the list. You know what I'm saying? And even now with some of these top 10 lists, every now and then my name's on the top of the list, and it's somewhat psychological. This must be in order, even though they tell you it's not. If you don't read the instruction that says no particular order, your brain tells you that whoever's up at the top must be the one with the most votes. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're on the top of that list of 10, it doesn't matter if you're actually in 10th place. Being on the top of that list.
That's right. It makes you think. It makes you think. Mm-hmm. Well, we want everybody to go over to ASNLifestyleMagazineAwards.com. We need to get Ms. Carter something.
And Lorenzo.
And we need to get Lorenzo that social media influencer thing, just because.
Yeah, that's right.
Just because I want to be able to see what kind of freaking crazy outfit that he's going to have when he goes up on stage, where he's going to look like he just walked out of like a GQ shoot.
Well, we're gonna be wearing something at the awards anyway. In August in Vegas when they have the award show.
Yeah, speaking of which, your girl's a co-host.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yes. So I was going to say, even if I don't win, but that's a lie. I better win one.
I better win one.
Minimally, I am shooting for the cover. I am very proud of that cover. I very intentionally did a photo shoot for the cover. So yeah, I worked hard for that.
I worked hard for that. Well, before we let you guys go, run it down for us. How do we get in touch with you guys online, follow you guys, all the stuff?
All right, Lorenzo, you go first.
Yeah, go, Lorenzo.
All right. If you want to get a hold of me, you could hit Twitter at Lorenzo4016 and on Instagram, Lorenzo G2920. That's the best ways of getting a hold of me.
Fantastic.
All right. So for myself, there are a ton of options. On Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, you can find me at Casey at Night on, on TikTok, Tumblr, and Instagram. You can also find me at Experience Casey, and on Twitter, you can find me at Read READ Casey Carter. I got one on YouTube. On Facebook, and that one is simply Casey Carter. But I don't really spend a whole lot of time over there. They don't make me very happy. But I mention it because when I do my show on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my show is live. Casey at Night is live on YouTube and Twitter at Casey at Night, and it's live on Facebook at Casey Carter.
Look at that. Well, you two are fantastic. And I look forward to seeing you guys in Chicago. It should be a blast. And you guys have yourself a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, honey. You too.
Appreciate it.
Take care, Jiggy.
There
Bye.
they go. The fantastic Casey Carter and Lorenzo. And so we are going to go back over here. I think I've got I don't know what the hell's going on over there. Okay, so